They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. What the hell is going on?
My father was deported, so I know the idea that families could be ripped apart so easily here. I never thought it was something that could happen to me, or in the space in which I live in, and it was a faraway idea that I never really thought of much. I said goodbye to him in the morning, and then 3 days went by, and I was like, where is he? And he just went missing, and I was like, what happened? And then you get a random phone call saying, oh, he's in the ICE deportation center, he's getting ready to be deported. And then within the week, he was gone.
I guess the first time I really encountered the immigration process was with my aunt. I was brought up by my aunt, and she became a citizen in 2008. The fact that she didn't speak English, the fact that she didn't have that much opportunity to learn English because she had to work, and she was making literally minimum wage. She didn't have time to afford those nice classes to learn English.
And then Trump comes in and he's just deporting people. You get called to the immigration office and they're they tell you to go to floor 11, call your kids, call your wife, tell her and get your stuff together because you might not be able to come home.
Immigrants tend to follow the law even more than actual US citizens, but he'll point to those and then be hey, here are the good immigrants if you follow the process, if you got your green card, if you got here legally and are working to benefit the American people, then we wouldn't have an issue for you.
They say these people who are here illegally should go back and get in line. They should come legally. They should get in line, come through the front door instead of sneaking in. But this is a myth because for most of them there is no line to get in. There is no door.
Being a white immigrant has lent me a large degree of privilege, and although I see the ways in which police interact with my parents when they realize they have an accent is different, it's not necessarily something that's immediately visible. So I feel the difficulties I've faced have been kind of measured in that way.
They come here because there's work here. And we have, in the United States, 11 million undocumented people. Most of them are working. It's part of the economy. Here in New York, you can go anywhere in New York City and throughout the country, really, and you see it's part of the fabric of the economy, of the communities, people who are immigrants and people who are undocumented immigrants. So the idea that these are just people are totally alien. In fact, it's very much part of this economy, and sometimes that's not taken into account when designing these policies.
We're your taxi drivers, we're your Uber drivers, we're washing dishes in the restaurants, we're doing construction, we're doing all these low-paying jobs, frankly, and we're a good chunk of the service community in New York, and we're just in the background. We hold the city up.
We're in a moment, a really critical moment, where things could get a lot worse. But the hope is, by raising awareness, by people starting to see who these immigrants are, who these families are, they become more empathetic.
I think that it's most important that I do that work in my own community, check those people and try to inform those people, because there's some power there, If it does work, if we build that coalition that we're all hoping for, I think that we can really change the system.
We're not all necessarily the same, but that doesn't mean that we don't all have a common struggle, right? And that doesn't mean that we can't find solidarity with African immigrants, with Mexican immigrants. That doesn't mean that we can't come together to form a community of people of color, a community of immigrants to fight for something that's better. We should always be reaching towards a better goal because clearly this current system is broken. And to not find solidarity amongst each other, to not resist, is to be complicit in this almost.
Ja тоже amerikanец.
Moi aussi, moi c'est America.
Ako
Ako din ay Amerikano.
Moi aussi, je suis américain.
Anch'io sono l'America.
我都係美國人嚟嘅。
我也是美國。
Anche io sono America.
I too am America.